Hello, friends. Thank you for taking a moment to listen to this message today. It's not one that we really want to talk about or think about because it's so horrific, but January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. The reality is that trafficking is the fastest growing criminal enterprise in the world today. According to the Global Slavery Index, they estimate that roughly 40.3 million individuals are currently caught up in modern slavery today. 71% of those are females, 1 in 4 are children. And as a former state legislator, I tried to do what I could to help fight this as a co-sponsor for HB 200, which significantly beefed up penalties for sex traffickers who target, especially those who target minors. It also sought to help protect the victims and to help them with their recovery. For far too long, we've kind of looked the other way and done nothing about this. And what really upsets me is that this issue is only getting bigger with our open borders. I want to talk about that for a moment. If we are compassionate, if we care about the victims that are being exploited, then it only makes sense that we would have a common sense approach and we would close, when I say we would have borders that are secure and protected. Not these open borders like Biden has right now, where you have record numbers, millions of people coming across the borders last year. Last month was bigger than the previous month. We know that in 1 month, we had 18,847 children arriving. Many of those, unfortunately, sadly, horrifically, coming with human smugglers. We know that illicit smuggling industry is only getting bigger since the Biden administration has been in office. One expert says that 60% of Latin American children sent across the border alone or with smugglers have been taken by the cartels. So the idea that having unsecured borders encourages people to come across those borders and leads to the exploitation and sex slavery of young people, especially young girls. I have 4 daughters, and this just riles me up. It's horrific to think about what's happening to these children. In most cases, they are being, their lives are being shattered, right? They're being sold into sex workers, sex slaves, and the problem is beyond the border towns. This is reaching within the country, into the suburban neighborhoods, even into rural communities. And so we've got an issue. We've got to do something. We know that under the Biden administration, the U.S. immigration policy has put pressure on these border agents to release these migrants within 72 hours of coming into the U.S. So if they're apprehended, they're supposed to be releasing them in 72 hours. And this means very little vetting is being done when children are crossing the borders alone. They're being passed off to families, and we're not doing enough vetting to ensure that they're not ending up in cartels' hands, that they're not ending up in sex trafficking rings. And so I want to ask you to please, let's do something about this. It's not only leading to sex trafficking, it's also leading to putting our country's security at risk. It's also leading to, and I've talked about this already multiple times, but the huge influx of drugs across our borders. To where now this past year, the #1 cause of death for 18 to 45-year-olds is drug overdoses. We know that a majority of the opioids that are coming across the southern border are coming from China. Y'all, this is organized. The Chinese know exactly what's going on. They know 100%. They know what's happening, and they are killing our youth. And as part of the war that they're waging against America, we have got to do something about it. So I want to ask you, will you please go to votejosh.com? Will you text 5 friends or more? Just share the link. Say, check out this guy. I want to ask you to consider supporting him. And then we need to ask you, will you help find 5 people who will then share it themselves with 5 people. And together we can build a grassroots movement and we can win this. Of course, we appreciate your support as well, at every level. But please do that for us and get on our mailing list, and we can keep you up to date on the issues and the important things that matter, so that we can go out there and make this world a better place. I look forward to the privilege of serving you. And wherever you live in this country, remember, when we take back the Senate, when you send a patriot to the U.S. Senate, it affects not only Georgia, but the entire country. So I thank all of you for your support. God bless, and let's make it a great day. And let's go out there and save the children. Thank you.